FBI yoko phone na yade a watchum say woji 10 million Ghana cedis from her and also yɛde mu nsɛm yɛde ɛbɛba abɛsom ɛwɔ kaseɛ ne so wei ne nsɛm ne afoforo pi anɔpɛ yɛabo ano a yɛde bɛsom sɛ no nso mpɛ mu kaseɛ wɔ KFM TV ne so mekae wo sɛ anɔpɛ nsɛm ɛtwagu ɛwɔ yɛ abɛɛfo ntintamfidie ne so Facebook ɛne YouTube KFM TV gye yɛkyɛ no nti wobɛtumi ahwɛ bi na wahyɛ na walike na wadwentwɛ no so wode egu aseɛ ama me kamakama ɔkenkanfoɔ anɔpɛ yi ɛyɛ me maame esim kroma me dane me ho sema ba me ba nsɛm no me hyɛ aseɛ ɛde ama Mamu ina akwaba Edam asesano pay mugusu etimu TV ho mo hwe no nso pay mu kase wo KFM TV ne so na mekoso kai wo se anopen semi twegu wo ye abe fontentam video ne so Facebook and YouTube KFM TV GH eno tu betimi ahwe bi na wa share na wa like na wa dwenche no so de egu ase ama me kama na me hye nsem na se de ama odia endrada ana mrahye bedwafo wo mo kwa setena wo my Ghana Hana Speaker of Parliament Kingsford Alban Sumana Bagbin what in Sembi etudwa efa human right and family value bill no 2025 I trying to tell friend say anti-LGBT bill no eno ana ochim say see ade mrahye bedwafo no business committee te edi amasa bill we no che wo mo emboabo bill na no na wo mo next no wo mo fambe pie mo ewo se ne be ya wo betimi ahwe na wo mo aka ho asem nsem we ana speaker Kingsford Alban Sumana Bagbin what they abetu eja
maintains its underlying principles and core objectives. 2. The bill does not contravene any constitutional provision, particularly Articles 106 and 108 of the 1992 Constitution. 3. The bill does not contain any provision that seeks to impose taxation or charge on the Consolidated Fund or other public funds of Ghana, or impose payment, issue, or withdrawal from the Consolidated Fund. The committee, by a unanimous decision, advised that the bill be introduced in the House. Honorable members, I have reviewed the report of the committee and formed the opinion that the bill does not impose or alter taxation or a charge on the Consolidated Fund in the manner stipulated in Article 108 of the Constitution. The bill has gone through all the processes in accordance with the standing orders of the House. I therefore direct that the bill be scheduled by the Business Committee to be presented to the House.
Ewusia final takings for the Alban Sumana Bagbin, our Speaker of Parliament, one or the same way. I bet to join an SM no one fence one and Drada, one more equaset and I will march with your friend Kobani say MPs do dwana and for womanim and bar a year Parliament when no and I'm so I'm a speaker. Abeka said, dear for watches say, and no air dear being 3 years say, one befa sitting na a year march with your for dwana the bebunia. I show my son to say your monte and pose BB air coso, I will march with your fear. In some way, and a speaker was saying the two.
Usually, when the numbers are not so encouraging, I find it difficult to take the roll call. You know, but this is part of the standing orders. Then I also find it difficult these days to let us recite the national pledge. Are you with me? Very difficult to keep on calling you to recite the national pledge when what is coming out from your heart is different from what is coming out from your mouth. You know, so you are not encouraging us to continue to go by our rules. You are not at all. You are not encouraging us. And we have all this number of our children here. And so if I ask you to recite the national pledge, after they've left here, they'll be asking their teachers, what are they about? Because the words that you are going to recite is not what you are practicing. So leaders, pass on this. At least whatever members are to do, appear here, start the work, and then you can move on to attend to the other pressures. But when we came in, the number was only 20. 7 to my left, 13 to my right. 20.
Ebusuafo no tin same way and as Speaker of Parliament Kingsford Alban Sumana Bagbin wode abetudwaye nso yede bi ababesum yede wo efri ne nsemi mu ne do akonsem from there Ghana man penny His Excellency John Dramani Mahama ndedwe wo chemu se asagre abugrago asoka a wotosumienu wo mo ni se lawful boko na ba ewo hwa eno ebeboa ma bibia no boko ho sensem no etimi akos no chese we law na nya ade bia wo ankasa efi mo pem ana wo mo mra se ewo se yi boko na ba ewo ho nto no ana wo mo de no abesi anem same way ana mampeni John Dramani Mahama wode abetu ejo
there was violence, killings. It's estimated about 119 people lost their lives in the period of the mediation. But thank God, ultimately, his report came out. And the mediation process was meant to work to find a traditional resolution to the conflict. And the thinking was that we could get the parties to the conflict to, in a traditional manner as was done in the past, find a way to accommodate each other. Unfortunately, I think that didn't happen. And once it didn't happen, then the mediator had no option but to revert to what the law says. And so his report basically, stated what the lawful position was. And I swore an oath to uphold the Constitution and the laws of the Republic of Ghana. And so I cannot be sentimental in terms of implementing the law. And everybody knows what the law states, that the truly gazetted chief of Boko Boko Naba is now
Ebusuafo no tin same way ana Ghana man penny His Excellency John Dramani Mahama wode abetudwa pay ayenso yedi bi ababesom na eto ansem no so dia ma ode endrada Mashebedwa fie hono ana nkitawde course ewo Damango MP Samuel Abojinapo ana Minister for Food and Agriculture Eric Okokuni na ne se esi aba Ghana ha betodwa se food insecurity esi wa haye papa pe no ehwi ekodi 38.1% no ana nam so ama onmanyafo Abojinapo de abetodwa wo che se 13 million Ghanaians ana sesi ade ekom ede omoye papa no economic pressure ayade abeto my Ghana same way ana Abojinapo wode abeto eja.
Today it's reported that food insecurity is risen from 35.3% in 2024 to 38.1% last year, and the service has actually warned that 13 million Ghanaians risk hunger this year. This report was released by the Ghana Statistical Service today. The minister is telling us that we are self-sufficient when it comes to food security. The question is, Mr. Speaker, in the light of these alarming statistics and data put out by the Ghana Statistical Service today, what assurances can the minister give to this House in terms of dealing with the situation where 13 million Ghanaians do not slip into hunger? Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Yes, Honorable Minister.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker,
I've already indicated that as we speak, we are building food buffer. In fact, I will write to Ghana Statistical Service to give us the locations of these individuals so that from our buffer, we can supply them, we can give them food. No, I'm not saying, I'm not disputing what you have said. What I'm saying is that, Honorable, I'm not disputing what you have said.
Honorable Minister.
What I'm saying is that if we have 13 million people in Ghana who are food insecure, we must know their locations so that we can make them food secure. Their locations. You understand? So that's why I'm saying that once we have food buffer against emergencies, just indicate to me that close to your house you have 10 people who are food insecure. Today, I will supply them food.
Ebusiafo no nti semwe ana abojina po ene Eric Opoku wo mode abetu dwemra wo hyemu awo mahebedwafia yenso ye de bi ababeso mo nemra wo mode wo nsem ebe awieye no ana minority chief power wo san ye mahebedwani edemade hye ya wo mo ewo nsam adreji abatom peso aso Frank anodompre enso editu dwa wo chese ade Waton said their Finance Minister Dr. Kesa Watofo said one no mechechem ntia aduane ho ayeden e wo my Ghana hanse in some way Anna Frank anodompe wono so wo de abetu edwa.
So I don't know which market you go to, but I know that the prices of goods and services, because of the low rate of inflation, because of the very good exchange rate relationship between the cedi and the dollar, because of the stability of the cedi, and so many other good things that this government has done, definitely prices cannot be going up. Cost of living cannot. In fact, we are dealing with a problem.
Ebusiafo no nti majority leader wono anodin nsem we abetu dwaye nso ye de bi ababeso mra wodi ne nsem ebe wiye no ana former speaker of parliament eye ankane eye speaker de mamra shebedwafie Professor Aaron Michael Kwe wono so de kokobo Ghanaian youth wo monhwe na politics no mo amfa sika anhye mu se wo mo beye politics enye sika na bibisa wo chese no enya de bia ebetimi akwa.
There was a young lady who was some time ago in this country appointed a deputy minister by a president. In a few months, she was heard saying that she was getting ready to make a few millions of dollars. The president removed her, and appropriately so, because the purposive inclination was inherently wrong and unfortunate. What is your purpose for entering politics? If it's to make money, you'll be in the wrong business. And your peers must all agree that this person is not fit to be a political leader of our people. In other words, the basic issues in politics must be those that you all be basically agreed upon and bring in qualitative governance. Governance is not just being a member of parliament. Governance is being an effective, knowledgeable, participatory member of parliament. Because that is where you can really contribute to debates and for issues and for policies development and development.
Ebusiafo no nti semwe ana Professor Aaron Michael Kwe wode abetu dwaye nso ye de bi ababeso mo ye to ansem ne so de ama anope dia ye National Democratic Congress NDC amenioko no ye Baba Jama ho sensem anande anope ye de bi ababeso mo no enam so ama ye General Secretary edima NDC amenioko no so edin sembi ababetu dwa no fififi ave kwate wode sembi abetu dwa fa Baba Jama sensem ho a no yen so ye de bi somo e wono so pemu kase no so ne sem no ebi eni.
Long and short of the report was this, that inappropriate conduct was exhibited by virtually almost all the candidates. even though you cannot establish, because the candidates were clear that what they did was in light of motivating of delegates. We believe that was inappropriate. So in the light of that, the committee's report was to the effect that ideally we should have an annulment of the primaries. However, the committee also acknowledged that there are real obstacles that make it difficult for us to do that. One, the party's constitution does not have a provision for an annulment of election. Two, we are time bound because we need to be presenting a candidate by tomorrow to the Electoral Commission. So given these difficulties, and also there are legal challenges that could be mounted by whoever won, and the party clearly would not be able to go through any of that process without presenting a candidate very quickly. So in the light of that, the party effectively has taken the recommendation, which is that we, given the time and also the legal challenges, we have no option but to present Baba Jamal, who actually won according to the Electoral Commission declaration.
Ebusiafo anunti semwe ana General Secretary Edema NDC amenu ko no fifi ave kwate wono so wode abetudwa ye de bi aba besom ye de wo eto ansem ne so akonsem from there ye de addition honsem ana bro Minister of Education onmonyam for Haruna Idrisu and dan opay wono so e de abetudwa wo chem se Controller and Accountant General's Department wo ma bom homodin etua sika no sombo 396 million Ghana cedis e de ama members was Senior Staff Association at my University of Ghana. Edi amom se omofa entity wo mo kanu subia enche bia anasa penifo edi wo mo strike share so mo chese kosi se aban ni penifo ebe yo makoma so ade amom no nya ade a wo mo ebesi school dem mo ebiom eno anende dwei Haruna Idrisu se sika no wo mo tue mo 396 million Ghana cedis edi amawo.
But Mr. President, at the time that you are meeting the University of Ghana and academia, I understand that there's some ongoing strike action. Let me use opportunity to call on our friends in academia that one, President Mahama is honoring his word. He's giving you unfettered what the Constitution guarantees as academic freedom. He's giving it to you absolute, that he would not interfere with the freedom of the university. I do not think that we are reciprocating the gesture kind enough of President Mahama. So may I use this opportunity to call on the striking senior staff members and members of UTAC to call off the strike action. Understandably, you have two legitimate issues. One, outstanding payment of Tier 2 pensions. That has been done partly. We inherited about 1 billion. As at this afternoon, the controller had paid about 396 million Ghana cedis, leaving about 600, and that is also in process. Mr. President, I met with the Honorable Minister for Finance and Controller, and we agreed to walk the process to be.
Ebusiafo anunti semwe ana Haruna Idrisu Education Minister ewo my Ghana han wode abetudwa wode bi aba besom yen ewo kase ne so ye de wo eto ansem ne so dia Minister of Gender, Children and Social Protection Dr. Agnes Namumu Latte na wode abetudwa wo chem se se ade mpenifo de nhihye pa egu kwam se maternity leave wo moje no 3 months no womo de hihye pa egu kwam se wo betimi atum ekodru 4 months 5 months no womo kusua eni penifo edi sankita odin se ebetimi aboa no matum ede ama awofo nsemwe ana Agnes na momo awoye Minister for Children, Gender and Social Protection wodi abetuja.
Still consulting because the whole nation has to be ready so that the representatives of the people will go there with the full backing of the nation to implement it. And so we are still consulting. The President, His Excellency John Mahama, is very passionate about that. And like I told you, most women don't heal completely before they resume work. And so you have them, giving off their half self, if I can say that. And then with the listing, they get emotional. And people say, oh, as for women, they are, no, this is us, this is who we are. When we recognize and accept that, you'll be able to get the full us as women, and that is what we bring to the table. So we want to make sure that women heal properly, psychologically, emotionally, physically, and every way before they return to work. If we even get 1 year full maternity leave, maybe by the time we come with another pregnancy. That's on a lighter note. But what I want to say is that the longer the women, or the more time the women get to heal, the better the nation benefits.
Ebusia fa no ntin semwe anamame Agnes na momo wode abetudwa yen so ye de bi ababesom ye gina ni nsem so ne twa ye ho akogya aboafo nkrato abaye ba nsem no ye beto aso edi amo.
Yo, I'm on for and I am Makwapa at the bar, a KFM musical shopper. The Tosum, you know, who free a Kumasa Malcolm that Damono, a sunny at the bar at Dumuno, Sabran Udu, a Sambra Junction, Sambra Hotel, Quantana Sope. Now shop on any Sambra Hotel and the Dinja anymore. Would the free Sambra Hotel, a wool sunny at the co, Nankane and Hagan Hono, Annie, a ho, and a KFM musical shop. The Tosum, you know, yet be in the fofro. Now the air can say, then feed the papa a timiche. The Odia sorry, the Ode Gro Agro Ahudo. Juma de Bia would you be here a young video musical instrument piano, a KFM into a sea. Ghana Muntie Asante Mai Muntie, a KFM musical shop. Anna Sabre, Yapia no fofro Monochai. A war Premper the 2nd Street. Ufri old man come down and now sunny ediko edumno and udu Sambra Hotel Quantana so na wal dane on Sunny Faso oho ana KFM musical shop yi ewo yani Sambra Hotel ana ewe animo ya twa abrebia
gina mese se meya proud ana se meya twa nefri kumasi edum KFM instrument store. Obi bisasa se bo me fu de what to ma woni sida what de near my papa ejira wanim na what to say yes what to no bibia kan wakoma ni nyina free KFM instrument store Kumasi Adum se mi kira na me to no ma mi tibi nya ho me ka fi se fi papa mu anim na mi kina no wo betra ye ko ma ya do se kana twa nanka kana u ensemfu ayi.
Medo benami Ghana duko do ajakle ho duko kata. Mie chonya nua de vena micho Talent Microfinance Limited Gajradopa. Mie wona susu savings, adishare, school buafo, cashback, ple bubua okata. Nenyebe egajom de mi agbo la letie tomegbeko ateun aho gadodo. Kenenyebe egajom vivi la nenyebe o gahia ola atenwa ava de ugai kene hia fa.
Tanenyebe mi foncho mi afa jomu yo kenye mi afa gadodo nyawa. Business loan elemiashi, church finance elemiashi, salary loan elemiashi, eye bubo li kenye personal loan. Nenyebe mi foncho business loan enye gadodo ikemie nana asichalao. Nenyebe washigba keke alum eleswe we have talent. Mi pekpegede nwo nenye wo shigba lesua ne woge wo kekegedeji to talent pomonu ome nenye be mi ponchu mi afa salary loan enye gado mo mi ke mi huna mi afa jirudu dola nke ga nyu he ya va talent wo pay slip pe bank statement ye kwenye nwi hia o na kokko ho salary loan le rate mi to keke akeji church financier personal loan va nenye habobo masoli hama eji fufofo sankuo jitao olila ashibobwe kekeake mia flegeno na nohem v choji nto jinwade vale kwereka mpopo kai ganyu heya talent kuna po heya ole chagbagba na do tare talent bena wo gado monwa anobobwe nami akpenami
etibe ya nyafi ke talent la
Talent Microfinance Jengo Amegan Shipe Ape
Latina Tejipo Hotame.
Miape Kapomoyenya 050-129-1298. Hello 050-128-9119. Talent Oga Kwamanu Banta.
Talent Microfinance, your channel of wealth.
For your time, I'm in Aquaba, Edam Assesano, pay Mubusu, Timo TV, Hamo share, no, so pay Mocassia, or KFM TV, so make also Air Kai was an open semi, a chegu, away Abe Fontin, Feeding, so Facebook and YouTube, KFM TV GH, and it bits me, I should be now a share, now I like it. Now I join China, so they go say, Ama me kama me to answer so the amount the Minister for Works and Housing, Odmonya for Kenneth, Gilbert J. One so Eddie Abetu your watches and normal be air coso my gun it to any coastal communities than in Egypt. As I say, Abibian Wamuye Fian and the Swemo, no Mudi Kogum Santa, watches and no air debia and try and into a champagne for say, and no more would decide may say, Woman share now, woman jai, what in some way to jar, Wama and Drada, within a probo, Eco Pimo, Infinity Mountain, me check Cape Costa, Wakoye, a inspection be a anomabu, a ho, and Okohum Sadi, Wakasa, Edia farm.
Defense project. Yeah, they are protecting our community. So they are soon and forward. We started in 2024 September. And the day after she shared that I saw no share and here they are but that is not so share said they are baby and over clear on higher question. I will be says the best successful now yet to long officer. So feeling I want to do but the MPC then ensure between I give a almost a soon try as much as possible. The big guy in the amount from 2 to from 2 to that's our after baby, I've been a movie so about the best rabbi and some prapramai. You were now buying a seven to buying it why yes, we try here at various places. There be in a defense. Eliminate them away revetment in either way. Now, Oko your friend there, phase 1. Also, I know our revetment and our friend there is going. Oko, your friend on Mabo. Also, I know our Oko D. In no marketing to do, I there. Yankasa. Yeah, or the coastal erosion, any coastal flooding over. Being there, sun winning, a problem. Because, such as a grinds in the year, them a bear, and Yano, over accumulating. Now, it may reclaim land now, a pono offer. But, no man who there, in Pempino, because 4 were the tracks, or the far and if you are adequate construction, which is not lawful. Then you mean, what am I doing?
Adeshima Benuti same way and I'm penny for the abetu giant so ye DB about besum yet one seminar so the I do copy ewo kwawu eye bia say I know wokwawu is district in Mona Hina wo ho e dia de shede abetu telecommunication companies and abai enim se wo mo share ma internet a ebi ni wo mkroni mu no wo mo embeye fa mo isan say no e ya de bia e ha adwinye papa e ma impuntu akro no e wo se nya no entimi enya no ti we dia de shede and omode to Ghana and penny for in.
Until yesterday, I buy and say, your network, a dear barco. I will not to cry. A bay America cranny best 1 month in a feed your back a crabai internet dear. No quarry unto me and your WhatsApp call. ana untimi unya internet call no de obeye na internet ya odi bedi dwuma aka no eno so e wo hefa nti e besre se aban ni tie en dia onye yem wana woni company na eye sa network ni ma ye no omadawroma omoma yenya internet sene emete a sene obi won kran ya ohun ne ekoso nyina mi wo mi ha mbedi be na wotwe a meso mi hunu ne ekoso nyina abrochi se bio ye ofa asefo ye na nanom wo ho na one ofre nyanya yenso atimi no makasa nti ye ha ba ko pa ye network any internet na
Ebusiafo no nti senwe ana wahene awo eye kwawu wode abetudwa yenso ye de bi ababesom ye to ansem ne so de ama ode a eye ye du kopie mu ewo aboabo number 1 na eye awofo awo mu ewo aboabo number 1 awo mu bako school ewo aboabo number 1 MA eye primary school and so at the abetudwa wo mu eche mu se eye school dan ni sesi asena ne tibia wo mu no ade a ha adwinye papa esan ho esan se ye death trap edema enkodai abibia so mu koho ekosua dia eno enam so emma PTA chairman eni penifo akasa nana amponsa nyame eni penifo akasa watche se sesi ade omo so Ghana penifo so mu ntwa mani enbehwe omo na wo mu besiesie school dan enfa mo mu no ade bia ebebo mu ye papa pansem ana PTA chairman awo aboabo number 1 MA eye primary school where abetu eja
se wo bo ho modern aban man since a school we to ho no ye nyammo bia ka middle school na ye middle school buzia time na MP oda no mansi no ye aboabo number 1 this year no man sees apart from no bia wo ha bia ye community no ye ni Ese so ahochira ne nyama abanti community no open bibia enko yi. Nti ya ha no school no de in fact enya kra. Enya kra. Nti maybe na ebe to aban ye ya adwene se yebe ba fore kakra na ya pemwa na ye cham blocks 4,000. Then we are John Jack of a boy Smith. And my man, a promise here, so be my Ania, and Smith. Sabrina, your brand here, Trabano. Enjoy the Aniana, dear by Smith, and announce a Trabana when you're in fear. Just say, you how pound your school done, but if free.
Ebusiafo no nti semwe ana PTA chairman owa aboabo number 1 MA primary school wode abetudwa yen so ye de bi ababeso ye gina ni semeso ni twa ye ho sema ba ye ba ye de nsem no ekọ edwadi Den semno ekredwedie mu dia Importers and Exporters Association of Ghana de abetudwa moto inside afra ban say one share na one suspend implementation their local cargo insurance no what say sa police na ban share na one fatab no ento so no de bia ebeboa ma industry ni stakeholders ahodo no etimi ejina so enu nti we dey adisrede anomode to aban eni nimpenifo enim na sa insurance and as a policy Minister of Finance or more ana wo mode betudwa wo February bosmini de toso baako wa fimpinuni eduno ensia emoneno ana General Secretary Edema Importers and Exporters Association of Ghana Ora Samson Aseki wono ana ogina simpieni apaso a wode adesrede we kwama Ghana penny for the tutu ene Ghana abai.
At least this have engaged us what you say from to say Minister Noem so or in a press conference or announce it. Now he didn't meet with the stakeholders. Not that we're kicking against the insurance, but we wanted to ask legitimate questions. One of them, the questions are not a reason to say, Ghana insurance companies, no, are they now financially grounded, okay, wealth prepared say be when you to Ghana import cover, or are they in financial position, best position to redeem, and how fast, how quick they will be able to pay insurance compensation to Nipa now offer insurance policy from them now. So you just say these were legitimate questions that we were trying to find out, and above all, say they should have engaged us. What I say now, you know, didn't get home. Yes, we are question. We've been encouraging him. Said he has worked tirelessly. He has brought inflation down. The dollar to the city is very stability, and so Minister, you don't know, you penance, but say obviously double and now check up and say, and I say such a bold policy without even asking NIC and others to engage us. We think that we want to draw his attention. Let me use this opportunity to appeal to every consumer out there that if you go to the market, please walk, move. Market is a place that we can move around. There are many people who have reduced their prices of the same quality product. Just move from another store to another store. You definitely get a good price that can meet your budget. The other aspect, let me also state that if you go to the market to buy goods or to buy anything, please demand your VAT receipt. Demand your
Ebusia for anointing same way and Importers and Exporters Association wo mode abetu dwayen so yade bi ababe somo anope na yede wo eto ansem ne so wedwade mu dia air food insecurity e wo my Ghana hanon penifo e de abetu dwa wo mo e chem se ho yede ye papa na ye Ghana Statistical Service wo mo anomo de eyensiwe abetu dwa mo chese wo 2024 mo na Ghana national food insecurity no na ya dia e wo 35.3% wo first quarter emu wo 2024 mu na sesia de ye 2025 ye third quarter no ya dia efri bedru ye 38.1% no ya de bia a food insecurity no ade a ho ayedin ye papa wo my Ghana ha na emra woni aban etwetwe nkomo no ana Dr. Al-Hassan Idrisu wono ana wodi nsemwe ababetudwa wo chem se ade mo hwe se aban ni mpenifo ebetimi egyina mo nice no mo ye bibi de afasa ade we ho se Ghana for best 13 million ana wo mo man mo a wo mo ebre eweduane ho nti wo mo hwe aban ene ni mpenifo se wo mo hwe na nkasesi a wo mo nye bibi emfa ho ema wone no ade bia ebetimi aboa ma bibia no man no etimi akoni ni menu nti semwe ana Ghana Statistical Service Al-Hassan Idrisu wo mode abetudwa yen so ye de bi aba beso ye gina so na madani me ho sima ba me ba me de nsem no ekọ enigedie. Yadin sem no ekwa ni jedie mu dia enche bia na beto odwa se suedro abrantie ba ko efe ni se Abu Cheka ayade a FBI nsa asoni ma mo kwototo na no ade afa nsem ba ko mienu ni sika bebre ba wonya no kwan of fast wa wonye scan ni ade a na no ana beto odwa se Abu Cheka womo na Abu Cheka enso dia beto dwa wo chim se san ni fa ho dia Ghana penifo etieti asonti no enam so ama endedwe wa bobo nkrofo bidin ene adwumeko bidin a wodi omekopie mo ewo court asem di bia Minister for Interior ana Narcotic Control Commission sa enso so ana FBI Economic and Organized Crime Office iyoko any Attorney General sankofo we ana ekowe ana Abu Cheka wo chese we siwo mo a wo hwe nim se wo mbetua sika no sombo 10 million Ghana cedi de amano se wo motimi etieti anifa ho de nti wo chese sa defamation 10 million Ghana cedis no woji de free sankofo no esan se kwan o mo fa so mbeche no ne de o mo de ni fam ni ade ade no wono Abu Cheka ni susu se ne fa ho de ana o mo tieti aso enu ti se si ade awo se sa sika no mo timi hwe na wo motua de manu nti semwe ana Abu Cheka de de wono so wode abetudwa yen so ye de bi aba besomo ewo kase bonemu ye gina so ne de enigede nsem ene anopa no so mpa mu kase ni nia aba na ewie ye sem no na edoso na no pay de di mu akotini ebie ne se Speaker of Parliament Kingsford Alban Sumana Backbin and de wɔhyɛ mu sɛ anti-LGBTQ+ bill no wɔ mo hwɛ na ɔmo ngwa ni anu na ɔmo fa bepie mu ɛwɔ mmarahyɛ badwafie na ɔmo hwɛ ɛnyɛ bibi ɛmfa ho no so yɛde mu nsɛm yɛde ɛbɛsom saa ɛnso ana no pɛ yɛde kopie mu ɛwɔ kwawu ɛyɛ dwebi ase na ɔhen awɔ hɔ ɛkyɛ mu sɛ wɔn internet connection ɛwɔ hɔ no ɛyade a ɛha ɔmo yie papaapa no nti ɔmo hyɛ telecommunications ahodoɔ ɛne Ghana mpanimfoɔ sɛ ɔmo hwɛ na ɔmo nsan ɛmbɛsiesie saa internet connection no ɛma ɔmo bio saa ɛnso na ɛde dwodie nsɛm ɛka ho ɛde Ghana Statistical Service ɛkyɛ mu sɛ si ade food insecurity no ɛyade a akɔnanim ɛkodu 38.1% wɔ 2025 emu ɛyɛ third quarter ɛde 2025 no ayɛ no so anɔpɛ yɛde ɔmo ɛsukɔ ɛde yɛde anigyedeɛ nsɛm ɛka ho ɛde Abutrika ɛso ɛsiwi ɛyɛ Attorney General Interior Ministry FBI and Narcotic Control Commission ana Iyoko so ɔmo nkyɛ sika na sombo 10 million Ghana cedis ɛmfa ɛma no ebusuafo when in some ni afufro pi anɔpɛ yɛ bo ano a yɛde ɛbɛso mo sɛ no so pɛ mu kaseɛ wɔ KFM TV ne so yɛde aseda sonko ɛbɛkɔ ama yɛaboafo KFM Musical Center Dadaba Tech Hub ana Talent Microfinance wɔn ananɔpɛ wɔn ɛbɔ yɛ twidɔm a yɛde nsɛmi yɛde ba ɛbɛso mo anɔpɛ ɔkenkanfo a wote me nka no edin a megye so ɛne maami esinkoma yɛde obi bia se yɛbɛda technical team ni na so ase sa no pay wo mo ebo ye twidom a yɛde nsɛmi yɛde ɛbɛsom yakra mu nyinaa